Good morning, Nellie.
Good morning, birthday girl.
Oh, thank you. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. 4 hours
Awesome.
of sleep. Getting ready to go meet my friend David,
Hmm.
the, to have our first conversation about what I could do for him.
I love it.
Yeah,
And what he needs.
yeah. Any tips?
Yeah, the focus is him. The focus is just him. And it helps me immensely to know that the focus is on the other person. Like, who are you and what are you about? Which you already know because he's a good friend. And then what do you need? And what do you need help with? And when I keep my head,
Not that close, but I know enough.
yeah.
Comfort. Yeah, he's warm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep. When I keep
Nobody else is here. I could tell you something. Oh,
Ah, nope. Good morning, Vanetta.
Good morning. How are you?
I am fabulous. How are you?
I'm fabulous as well.
I love it. Let's get started. Let's hear some good stuff from yesterday. Who wants to go first? I'll go with people on camera first. So, Nellie.
good morning, Brie. Good morning, everybody. Vanessa. Um, well, I'm having my first meeting with David, my prospect of investment, and see. I'm excited. I'm taking him coffee.
I love that. Congratulations. All
Thank
right.
you.
Vanetta, what's some good news you got?
What good news do I have? Oh, I don't know.
You got something. It's in there.
Yeah, I've got some good news. Um, I don't know. I'm signing up for a deal estate today, and I cleaned up a database so that I can combine it into one. I don't really know. I'm talking to a new investor. Yes, I guess that's one. I'm talking to a new investor.
That's very good. Cool
Yeah.
beans.
So I sent him a property yesterday for him to consider, and I will follow up with him today to see if he's interested. Oh, and I also two of my buyers that I thought, well, they're not going to buy now. They called me up in a panic last night. Like one's landlord said, "Okay, you got 30. You have until June 1st to either make up your mind whether you're going to sell, whether you're going to stay here and do a lease for another year. They want a month to month, or whether you're going to leave." And so I sent her the Virginia code saying they can't do that. They have to give you 30 days and they have to do it in writing.
Hmm.
And another lady called me up. It was so funny, right? Back to back. She's another buyer that's kind of been, well, she's been doing some other stuff. And they just went up on her rent. And they
Hmm.
said $100 a month. And they said she has to pay it the next month. I said, no, Virginia code said they have to give you 30 days in writing. Here's the link. So I
Hmm.
said, they're like, we love you. I'm so glad you're on my side. It's like,
Aw.
hey, I
Nice.
follow the rules and they just can't do whatever because the wind changed and they felt like it. They gotta follow the rules. Otherwise you take them to court. I see you in court.
Yep. We had someone that in the Bay Area, California, tried to raise our rent by an exorbitant amount, big, huge complex. And my husband went down there with the rent laws and
Right.
said, not only did you not do it the right direction with enough time, but you raised it higher than what California state law allows you to raise it. So I'm
Right.
not paying that. And it was funny. I mean, he won, but it's like, no, you don't get to do that. So
Well,
good job.
thing in Virginia is there is no limit. I found that very interesting. There is no written limit, but they still have to give you 30 days and they still have to do it in writing. But I found that fascinating. No rent limit in Virginia. So they can raise $500 a month. I'm like, what? Oh
Mhm.
my God.
Yeah. So as a landlord, that would be a place I would want to go, because it's more landlord friendly, because California is not landlord friendly at all.
Yeah.
Hey, Bree, what you got?
Yes, I my ribbon deal closes. When is my ribbon deal close? It close. I have two that are closing next week. So
Nice.
one is my ribbon deal, and it's going pretty smooth, and they're pretty transparent. So I look forward to working with them again. And this is a client that fired me, then rehired me, and I've gotten two more referrals from them.
Congrats.
Wow. Nice.
Yeah, yeah. So,
You should get fired
So-
more often.
right, right. So,
Yep.
yeah, so that's good. On a personal note, my dad is starting speech therapy, and he's walking, and he is not fighting the nurses.
Nice.
So, he and my mom are two stubborn peas in a pod. She tore her rotator cuff, and he was like, "Can you pick me up from the chair?" I was like, "You two are just crazy."
Wow. Wow, wow, wow.
They're-
Ow.
Right. I was like, "Mother, please don't try and pick your 70-something-year-old husband up."
Right. Like, no.
But,
Yeah, that's a good point. I've seen in my own personal family and others as well, where the care provider will go down physically while the person needing the care will actually start to improve, just because it's so hard, especially as we get older, to just do the physical labor that it entails, not to mention the mental and all that. So I'm glad he's doing what the nurses are saying too. I really am. Good news. Thanks, Bree. All
yeah,
right.
thank you guys.
Kathy, what's some good news from yesterday? What you got?
I contacted 2 more people that are interested in looking at the team and EXP.
Cool beans. I'll bet you
Yeah.
one day you are going to be one of the top maybe 3 or 4 people with the downline on our team. I'll bet you'll be right up there.
And everybody else will have the top sales, but it's okay.
There's different. Well, okay, everybody's going to beat me in sales because I think I have, I don't know, 2 referrals sitting out there in the past years, maybe 3 referrals, and my own personal stuff doesn't really count, so there's no fees or anything. So I get 3 of those a year. So you'll beat me. Liz, good morning, sunshine. What's some good news as you have a mouthful of water? Here, take a bite of food too.
I'm going to try the coffee.
You're on mute, sweetie.
Sorry, I'm
There you go.
dehydrated. I needed to hydrate this morning.
Me too.
Good news. I talked to my recent recruit to the team last evening. We are meeting today to confirm that all of our paperwork and stuff her license is all moved out and situated. So excited about that. And I have another conversation with a potential, they don't have their license yet. So someone who's thinking of getting their license and looking at real estate in general coming up. I just need to schedule.
Cool beans. Congrats.
Thank
All right. Yeah, Kathy, what you got?
I just want to add to that because she reminded me, one of my people would be a new people coming on, new realtor, no nothing. Actually, 2 of them in total. And I went to find out how that works on the application process because they don't have MLS ID or any of that.
Mhm.
And they just leave that blank. And another point, I guess, to help them is because they're not a new agent, there's not that additional $60 fee that I know a lot of us had to transfer in to move your license. There's an additional fee
Is
to
that
move
a
your license from
Virginia?
another company. Yeah,
Is that a Virginia fee?
I don't know. I thought it was probably everybody fee because it was just part of moving in.
I had 149 to join and then $85
Mhm.
rent. So is it the 149 to join? Is that reduced by 60?
I think so. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know.
I think
I
actually,
just,
now that you mention it, I think it is a Virginia thing.
I think it's Virginia because I've not run across
Okay.
anybody else, and that wouldn't surprise me at all, actually. So wow. Nellie, you were brand new, so you wouldn't know. Bree, you've been here a few years, and Benetta, you've been here a while. Huh. Yeah, I would if you're curious, I'm curious. Even if you're not, that's fine. But maybe put it on the board to see if anybody else had it, because that's really interesting.
well, I'm confused a little bit now because I don't remember how much the fee was altogether coming on board. But they told me $60 yesterday
All
when I
right.
was in the world. I don't
Yeah.
remember if it was 149, there was 60, and there was this, and there was that. I don't know.
All right.
Well, Virginia, it is 65, and I had to pay that. And then when I switched affiliates, I had to pay 65 again. I was like, really?
Wow. I'm
To
telling you.
to location because they had me attached to Fredericksburg, and I'm in Northern Virginia, and I didn't have Fredericksburg address because people think I'm down there, not up here. So then I switched to the affiliation in Alexandria, and I had to pay another $65. So
Wow.
Yeah, something, Virginia.
Oh.
All right, well, case solved. Congratulations, though. That's nice. Nice to know if you're bringing people in Virginia and they're brand new that you don't have that issue. All right. All right. What kinds of challenges? Oh, hang on. My good news. I had a birthday yesterday and it was really chill and it was really nice. It really was. And for the most part, I just walked away from business, literally for the most part, even to the point where my daughter called me up at one point and she's like, I know it's your birthday. I'm stuck on something work-wise. And I'm like, because she does some back end work for me. And I'm like, I don't want to talk about work today. She's like, all right, we'll just talk birthday. And I'm like, that's better. I'd rather do that. So it was a very good day. It really was. It was very
Right.
chill. I watched it. We went and saw a movie. We saw The Immeasurable Weightness of Being Massively Talented, or whatever the Nick Cage is. I have no idea what the title of that thing is. And it's not anything, it was fun. Then that was pretty much, it was just fun. It was sweet and fun. It was good. It was good enough. I haven't seen a movie though in a movie theater for, I don't even know how long, pre-COVID. It's been a long time. So it was nice
Is
just
there
to
anybody in there?
there was the three of us and there may have been like 2 or 3 people behind us, maybe, but that was it. I mean, it was the entire theater to ourselves. It was nice. So yeah. And they even told us like, you can pretty much, it's assigned seating, the big loungy chairs, but they're like, you can pretty much sit anywhere you want to. So anyway, all right, challenges. What do you guys got? I'll go first if you guys are cool with that. Bringing on a commercial agent from Pittsburgh, a good sized commercial agent, and actually knows investor commercial agent actually too. So it has personal investing and all that, owns a bunch of furniture stores and stuff, and actually knew Gary. So once I got them talking, they started to put together who each other was. So that was a nice, easy, warmer transition over. However, everything that she has is tied to her KW email. Everything. So her login to Facebook, her login to everything. And so she's like, I really need some help to find out, like, how do I disconnect and pull everything before I move, which is supposed to happen on Friday. And so I'm going to see I don't know what all's tied. I don't know how to tell what all is tied. But we don't want her to lose access into everything. Well,
You know what I did before I left KW?
tell me.
Is I synced my email to Outlook.
You can sync your email to Outlook?
And so sync your email to Outlook, save everything in Outlook, and then when they cut off the KW one,
Which they
you
will.
still have which they did with me literally like that day.
That day. They'll cut
Even
you off immediately. Yeah.
because I gave them a 2-week notice, and that day they cut me off. But sync it to Outlook, and then you'll have all your sent, saved, and everything up to the point that they disconnect you.
Okay. So if I understand you right, once you do this sync, whatever this thing is, and I don't know what it is, but that's cool because somebody techier than I clearly will know what that is. Once you sync, it'll pull all your history. Once they cut off so you'll have all your history. Once they cut off the old one, you're obviously not going to get anything new because it's not going to forward or anything like that, but you'll have your history. Okay, that's perfect. That's step 1. We wanted to get her history out. We didn't know how to do it. Okay.
And then tell her to go ahead and download her passwords that she has associated with KW and change. I think you can change the email. Like it takes a day or 2. Tell her to set up a Gmail account.
She is. That's the first thing I told her. Get a Gmail account right now, start forwarding to start now and put a vacation responder on. Hey, my new email is
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. Because she can do that on the down low and it won't raise any red flags.
Right. And then as far as her KW logins, like her Facebook, go ahead and start transferring everything to the new Gmail. It takes a day or two. I think when you change your email on Facebook and things like that, it takes a day or two for them to register it, but go ahead and tell her to do that so that she doesn't lose access.
Okay, that's perfect. The history was the main thing that we were trying to figure out how we get that history. So that covers that. I love y'all. It's
and what
awesome.
Contacts, she needs to download her contacts, export her contacts out of command, because if she doesn't,
Yeah.
they're gonna delete the account and it'll be gone.
Now, I was told, okay, y'all help me out, please, because it's been a while since I left KW.
Mhm.
Thank you so much for all this. And when I left KW, the whole thing was, we will never, ever take your contacts. You always have access to them. As a team leader, they shut you down. I mean, you're
Right.
shut down immediately. You
not
can't
true.
do any contacts.
That's not
No.
true. Because once they shut down command, you can't have access to it because they didn't delete my Gmail for a long time. I mean, they didn't delete it for months. My KW site, which was okay. I'd already transferred brokerages before, so I know I had to download stuff. And so when I was at KW, I used to have my own email. So I had my stuff forwarded to my own personal email. So I never lost those emails.
Okay.
But something I thought I had misplaced my contacts in command. And so I reached back out to them after they finally cut it off. I said, oh, can I get, access? Nope, nada, too bad. So sad, can't help you. But I had
Yeah.
already downloaded them and I found my link. So I was able to upload that into command. So into KV Core. So yeah, she needs to export all of her contacts out of command. Otherwise, once they cut her off, that's it.
I will let her know. Thank you for that. And that tells me a lot about the company too, about the direction.
Because I lost everything.
You lost everything also?
Yeah, I lost stuff. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because I'm not as tech savvy as I need to be either. And I couldn't figure out how to do it. And they wouldn't tell me anything.
Mm-mm.
So, yeah.
Wow. This is really, Gary got cut off of everything also, and I've been cut off of almost everything, but there's this one loophole, I am loophole girl, that I have found that I can still get in the mykw.kw.com. I can see very little, but what I can see, so I can see my profit sharing, that kind of stuff. What I can see though is I know to type white pages in the search bar above, and so I have access to every single email and phone number of every single person in Keller Williams, all the way up to the very, very top. I still have that.
Wow.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and so every once in a while, Gary will call me up and he's like, you still have access to all that? I'm like, still do. I don't know. I think most people don't know about white pages is what I think it is. And they don't know to go in there, but I know how to go in that back door. I wonder if there's other stuff I could find also, but I don't have time. Who cares? Anyway, so thank you guys for all this.
Mhm.
This is really
And the
helpful.
autoresponder is good because with mine, they cut access off for me, but my clients were saying they were still getting emails.
Mm. Good
They
to
were
know.
they were checking, they were in my emails. And so as
Okay.
people were emailing me, they were responding out.
Okay. All right. Perfect. Perfect. All right. What do you think, you guys? Hugely thank you guys, because I'm like, oh. All right. Okay. What do you guys got? What kind of challenges you got?
I need to sit and play with Ideal Estate and Rapid Funnel because I've got agents that are interested and I need to automate it. So I think I'm just going to sit and watch the videos. You think?
So what I did for me personally, who else is in Rapid Funnel, or I know you're getting it, Bennett. Is anyone else into it already? Either one?
No, but I've been thinking about it.
I'm getting a real estate.
All right. So the first one I dove into was Rapid Funnel, and that's only because it was presented to me first and I got it first. And I just played in it, set yourself up into it, and then send yourself all the stuff so you can see it. So I did that, although I'm having a hard time. I can't tell if it's me sending stuff that's coming to me because Gary's also team, so I'm not really sure reading and I really need to, and that's frankly just me not taking the time to dig deeper and look at what it is I'm seeing, you know what I mean? Because I'm pretty much just skim, click, skim, click. But so I played in Rapid Funnel for a little while and I really, really do like it. I like it because it's self-guided for the people on the other side. And you can really tell very easily who's interested because their score pops up sky high. You can sort it by that and then that's it. You know who to contact and reach out to. What I finally did after playing with it for a few weeks to wrap my brain around how it fits in my business is I sat down and I did that flow chart that I think I showed y'all. I showed you guys the flow chart yesterday briefly. Yeah, I did that flow chart because that got it straight in my head, but I played with it for a few weeks before I did that. Ideal estate, I'm still in the processes of playing with it and the kind of learning how, you know, just best practices. I haven't gotten a lot of, and I use it for recruiting. I don't use it for I use it for attraction. I don't use it for the real estate side of it. So I can't speak to that side at all. I have a good sized network and I've got people coming into it and I can get a tiny bit of engagement. But as soon as I move too fast, that's it. I'm ghosted. So I can so I still haven't figured out the dance yet. And I'm still working through that part. Because like I said, I can hit them with something really, really light. And then once in a while, I get a little response back. And then as soon as I try and close for an appointment, and I'm moving too fast, then I've lost them. So I need to keep that conversation. And what I'll do personally is once I kind of figure out some of the conversation stuff, I'll automate it all and it will look like it's from me and it will not be from me. It will just be a conversation going on until I can get them warmed up enough to actually, you know, get them into that phone call. Not there yet. So that's what I did with it. I like both of them though. I really do. I can say I like Rapid Funnel because it's gotten me really good results. I'm not sure I like Ideal Estate. It looks like it's going to be a good thing. I'm going to give it a few weeks and give it some more time and try. So
What Gary went over last night, and I know some of you were there, was using Ideal Estate as a top level sort of, and then Rapid Funnel, and then into KV Core.
So
In a
I agree with him. And what you want to do when you're looking at those funnels is you want to go from a cold platform to a warmer platform to a warmer platform if you're going to move them along platforms. And you want to make sure if you do that also that it's connected in with the same with like the same phone number. So I would be leery of the last step. Not true. For real estate, I can see doing that connection and putting them into that. For attraction, I believe, doesn't KV Core use a different phone number than your phone number? Doesn't it use a smartphone number?
Yeah, you can't, yeah.
Okay. For real estate attraction, I don't know if I do that because of the double phone number. But for business, for real estate sales, I can see doing it because there's so much more on KV Core and you can really see what they're doing on that one.
What Gary suggested with the phone number, Gina, was that somewhere in that process, and I'd have to look at it or re-listen to it, is somewhere he said, "Oh, I've got a new phone number," and sent out an email. So if you get something to you know.
Perfect. Do something to warm
address it.
up. Yeah, because I've had that before. I still have it because I use Brivity. Brivity has one set of phone numbers going out. And when I bring them into my phone, like they won't answer me on Brivity anymore. And I'm like, or they won't answer this a lot of times. Or I'll get them over. Like I got a guy that's super warm and he still sends me messages on Brivity. Well, it's going to get lost. There's like 10,000 in there. You know what I mean? I'm like, dude, it's a great phone number for that, but this is my personal number. You know, I'll use my personal number. So I still have a problem with the transitioning over on occasion. And I get it because but phone numbers, like I will just store, add, contact, add. And I have a bunch of phone numbers on somebody. And then the problem is when I go to text them, I'm like, oh, I don't know which one I should, you know.
Yeah.
I'm just as guilty as everybody else. Yeah, Liz.
Can I ask a question about this and the phone number thing? Because this is giving me kind of decision fatigue and what to do here. Do most people have a different phone number for whatever marketing source they're using to generate the leads? And in addition, like in effect, they're using a phone number for Ideal Estate. They're using the KV Core number for the KV Core leads, or they just filter and then filtering that all to one, cell phone number, or how are people tracking that? I guess that's kind of my confusion around this whole thing is, should I be using a number for each lead source or just one number that tracks to my personal line?
So my 3 cents on that is this. If cell phone numbers get flagged, if you have too much going out as spam, you'll get flagged as spam. And there's ways and companies that you can use where you can send in stuff and you can prove that it really is you and you're legit. Sorry, and you're a legit business, blah, blah, blah. Thank you. So with Brivity, because there's so many going out, I don't want it to be my cell phone number because I don't want my cell phone number to get flagged as spam. So that's why I do that, just because the nature of the platform. Then the second thought process behind it, so keep that into consideration as you're considering what it is you want to do. And the second thing behind the process to figure out is, do I want me as one big source out there and everything comes into my phone? There's nothing right or wrong about that. It's just a business decision. Or do I want to capture where these leads are coming from? Like, for instance, if I have a call capture sign, nobody really uses those that much anymore. But if I had something like that, or even if I'm doing A/B testing, like I'm sending out 2 letters, maybe this one has my Google phone number on it, which still will ring it in my phone and they don't know the difference. And this one has my regular cell and they're very different. And I can check my response rates off that. And so it's a business decision, weighing those factors out and what lines up with what you want to do. Is that helpful?
Yes, because tracking is one of the things I want to do. And I definitely don't want my personal cell phone number out there because I've been hacked and it's been horrible. So I have a RingCentral number for just my general business card, marketing, meeting, greeting with people. But, as I lean into Ideal Estate, I've already acquired Hoodle.com. I haven't gotten as far as I should with KV Core. I'm just wondering if this is going to be number fatigue. I mean, it's all going to come into my personal cell phone number at the end of the day, and it will have to track where the sources are coming from, which is part of the thing. I just don't want, I guess, confusion in the marketplace out there as well.
Right. Another thing like, if you're part of Lou Brown, you've gotten access to Nextiva. I don't know if there's personal access you can get as well, but I have like 100 phone numbers on Nextiva. I literally have like 100 phone numbers.
Okay, good to know, because I haven't even checked his stuff yet either.
Yeah, I have 100 phone numbers which I can use, and I purposely did that for all over the country. So if I'm running into stuff and I want to build out that direction, I've got phone numbers for that direction also.
Okay,
all right.
you.
You're welcome. Anyone else have challenges?
So this is Bonetta. Can you hear me? Okay. So the question I asked a few weeks ago about how to keep my clients engaged in this market, I found the information in the book that we're reading, The Shift. And because they talk about how one market changes to another market, how people's perception of what's going on, like now they keep hearing the interest rate. And so I'm having some clients say, oh my God, the interest rate's going high, oh my God. And so like, I'm just gonna do nothing. So they decide to do nothing. So, I was really like trying to figure out what was that. So I came across well, number one, that information was in The Shift. And then I came across a PowerPoint which talked about how to keep those clients engaged, check in with them every day verbally. How are you feeling? What's going on? What's your decision? And keep them reminded of their why. Really get into why, what is their reason for wanting to make this move? Is it family? Is it children? Is it job? What is that? Keep reminding them of that. So I found that the Shift book right now is the thing to be reading. And I'm so glad that the Diva Book Club is reading it, because it's got a lot of insight onto what's coming, what to expect, and what's currently happening. So I wanted to share with everybody.
I love that. I want to close on that. That's perfect, Bonetta. And I love that so much. It took me a while in real estate. Don't make the same mistakes I did. It took me a while in real estate to realize the most important part is motivation and to spend a lot of time. I never used to spend time, especially with my buyers up front. I was like, boom, 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 let's go look at houses. Let's just get the process going. And I had problems. And when I had to learn how to bulletproof my transaction so that it wouldn't crumble and fall apart halfway through after I spent a lot of time, was I had to back up, slow my butt down, and spend time on that first appointment. And that first appointment became the deep dive. The longer I spent on that first appointment, digging into who they were and what their motivation was on a gut level, the faster the whole rest of the process went. And yep. And so what I learned to do is, why is that important to you? Tell me about that. What does that look like in your life? Why is that important to you? What happens if you don't get that? Why is that? And just kept on digging. It's very conversational. It's not attacking. Which is why I learned phrases like out of curiosity or wow, you know, that's interesting. I'd love to know more about that. Things like that. And I keep on dig until I get to that. And whatever that is, that got written on the inside of their folder. Now that we're computer, I would, if I could pin it to something attached to the top of their file, I would pin it and I would all caps and bold that puppy, because you're going to go back to it again and again and again and again and again. And the lower the price point that you're dealing with, the more important that is. And the reason why I say that, if I have 5 houses and they're all, you know, mega million, and I want to sell one, I flipping want to sell one. I've analyzed the market. It doesn't, you know what I mean? That's just what I want to do. It's time to take my money from there and put it over here. But if I need to move because of my job, my family, my health, my life, the baby, the divorce, the whatever, the kid moving back, who knows? That's a gut punch, and you got to move. It doesn't really matter what the market's doing. Your job moves 2 hours away. You want any quality of life, you got to move. So, and they'll get the most fearful because for them, that's a big decision, you know, versus it's an emotional decision. So kudos to you, Bonetta. Thank you for that.
No problem.
All righty. All right. Brianna, I love your green screen. It's awesome. All right, you guys. Tomorrow we're going to do something really fun. So I'm super excited and looking forward to that. And oh my gosh, once I decided that we're going to do fun stuff on Fridays, I am so like just pumped for Fridays now. Not like I wasn't anyway, but you know what I mean? So super looking forward to seeing y'all tomorrow. Invite people to that one because it should be a real fun one. All right, you guys, see you. And now that we pumped it all up, you guys are going to go, what the heck? See you guys.
I'm glad you had a good birthday.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Cinco de Mayo,
Thank
go
you.
and celebrate somewhere. I'm going to celebrate at a friend's house. She's having a Cinco de Mayo party.
Yay.
Cinco de Mayo is just a day off of, that's really supposed to be Cuatro de Mayo. That's all I'm saying, but no. All right, you guys, have good days.
Right.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Adios.
Bye.